But we've been looking at heart attacks in the last couple of weeks and how to prevent them. Heart attacks are one of the greatest killers in our society today. And if you ask someone what causes a heart attack, they'll usually tell you that it's some physical problem. And we've talked about that, cholesterol or stress or other physical things. But what if there were more causes than that had nothing to do with the physical? Causes like holding on to hurt or being unforgiving or wrapping all your life around things and the accumulation things and the holding on of things. Or spending our time in ways that waste our life and eat away at our spirits. This is what we have been looking at over the past 2 weeks. And this week, causes of heart problems, physical, emotional, and spiritual, causes that shrivel us up and eat away at us slowly. This week we're focusing on time. And today we need to learn about finding the time. Finding the time to live the way God wants us to live. So imagine that there was or is a bank that credits you every day with $86,400. Think about that. Every day, $86,400 put into your account. But here are the conditions. It carries no balance from day to day. Every evening, the bank deletes whatever part of that balance you failed to use during the day. $86,400. What would you make sure you did every day? You'd make sure you used it. And you'd make sure you used it well. Well, each of us has such a bank. Its name is time. Every morning it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night it writes off as lost whatever of this you have failed to invest to good purpose. It carries over no balance. And as a matter of fact, the account is closed every day. It allows for no overdraft, and each day it opens a new account for you. And if you fail to use the day's deposits well, the loss is yours. There's no going back. There's no drawing against the tomorrow. You must live in the present on today's deposits. And so you need to invest it so as to get from it the utmost in health, happiness, and success. The clock is constantly running. And isn't it true? People today live by the clock. Because time is important to all of us. Benjamin Franklin said this: "Do not squander time, for it's the stuff life is made of." There are many frustrated people that seem to always fight the clock, habitually, kind of as a way of life. They stay up late, then they sleep in as late as they can, and then they get up and rush around frantically to get to school or to work, and they gulp down their food, and usually an unhealthy breakfast is eaten away at the car, as they rip open those packages that say they're healthy, but they contain all of the different chemicals. And then when they get to a stoplight, they flip down that little mirror and try to put the makeup on. Or you see them trying to shave. And they're doing all that while they're trying to talk on the cell phone. Yet, as I study the life of Jesus, I'm amazed that he never seemed to be in a hurry. he was doing the most important job in history, and although he knew he only had a few years to do it, he never seemed to run about. He made time. He made time to consider the flowers and the birds of the air. He had time to put hands on little ones and bless them and let them sit on his lap. Time seemed to be his friend. The Bible gives us some great insight in how to use time and how to make it our friend rather than our enemy. Basically, God exists in a realm that is not bound by time or space. God doesn't wear a Rolex or a Timex. He doesn't have a day timer or a PDA. But he was the creator of time. So the first thing we need to do to make good use of time is to immerse our lives in God. Listen to what the psalmist says. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you gave birth to the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn man back into dust and say, return, O children of men. For 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it passes by, or as a watch in the night. As for the days of our life, they contain 70 years, or due to strength 80 years. Yet their pride is but labor and sorrow, for soon it is gone and we fly away. Listen to this verse. So teach us to number our days, that we may present to you a heart of wisdom. And so we need to learn to find the time to do the important things in life. And we will find the time when we learn the importance of time. And we will learn the importance of time when we first of all learn to treasure it. Lord, teach us to number our days. God says that we should treasure time as a valuable commodity. You know, we number our years, don't we? Or at least some of us do. We celebrate birthdays and we kind of mark our time as time goes along. We said to do it on a yearly basis, but God says that every day is so precious, so valuable, that we should treasure it and that we should number it. Now, maybe you're saying to yourself, well, what does all that mean? Maybe this will help you realize the value of time. To realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a grade. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. To realize the value of an hour, ask the businessman whose flight was delayed by an hour and he missed the most important business meeting of his life. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask the woman who had a heart attack in the restaurant and a paramedic happened to be sitting at the next table and was able to immediately give CPR and save her life. To realize the value of a second, ask the person who barely missed a head-on collision with an oncoming car. And to realize the value of a millisecond, ask the Olympic swimmer who missed qualifying by 0.6 of a second. Time is valuable. Have you ever heard the expression, time is money? Anyone heard that? Yeah. It's not true. You see, time is much more valuable than money. Now, it may be hard to earn more money, but it can be done. But it is totally impossible to make more time.